Hope you're doing well. Jess, you are a legend. I know you know that, but you're amazing. What bothers you more? People who blindly believe something or people who, even when shown true but conflicting evidence, refuse to change? Why? That's a big question. I'm gonna have to pick that one apart. So, what bothers you? People who blindly believe something, that bothers me a lot, or people who, even when shown true but conflicting evidence, refuse to change. Well, if you're shown it, I guess what needs to be clarified is what you hold to be true and what you hold to be if you're shown true. Most people who believe in some, let's just take God, because that's essentially, I'm assuming, what you're talking about. So a lot of people say, they've been shown that it's true, but when you ask them why, it was boiled down to a feeling that they have in their gut. And then, conflicting evidence for that would be evolution. And they say, no, like, I'm a creationist, the earth is only 6 to 10,000 years old, something like that. And so I don't believe it. So, I mean, and you could even say that that is blindly believing, debatably. But again, it's subjective to the person, because who am I to say that that gut feeling wasn't something more? It's their gut feeling. It's their, it's just a subjective opinion to them. So, man, what bothers me more to that? I mean, it all really bothers me. I mean, hopefully, yeah, and yeah, I mean, that's your next question of why it bothers me. It bothers me because I think that the weight of belief, like I've talked about the weight of words before, and especially the weight when it comes to love. But I think the weight of what it means to actually believe in something has been totally lost. I mean, people can just say that they believe whatever now, and people will believe them. Yeah, I mean, it's absolutely ludicrous. It's just completely insane to me that these words that when you look at them definitively, they hold so much greater value than what we're actually, how we're actually using them. Like the word love, especially the word love. We just throw it around like it's absolutely nothing. But when you get into the meaning and essence of what love is, that's not a word to throw around. I mean, that's not a word to throw around at all. And so the same thing with belief. It irks me when people blindly believe and are shown evidence, and it just conflicts, and all that you're saying in your comment. It irks me no matter what, because it's not. I watched a video of Jordan Peterson talking about belief in God lately, and he said how that's a very impressive claim to make, that you believe in God, because if you say you believe something, then hopefully that shows in your actions. But a lot of people that say that they believe in God, it's not showing in their actions. So what is belief, and what is it? How can you show honestly that you actually believe that? Hopefully it would come through your actions. But, and something Jordan Peterson brought up is like in the Catholic church, you got priests who, there's endless amounts of pedophilic scandals. Hopefully the priest would believe in God. I mean, it's a priest, right? But the actions say otherwise. And so, oh man, I don't even know how I got here to this point. But the point, okay, belief, right? So the point is that they just belief has lost its weight. It's completely lost its weight, and that's why both of those irk me. It's because the word believe is just just casually being thrown around, and it's like it's lost its weight, and I feel like people are afraid. It's lost its weight because people have become really afraid. I mean, in some sense, afraid that it's like, but what if I don't believe anything? Like what, and I don't think that's even the case, because obviously, like, people believe in themselves. I mean, they believe that they exist, unless you're a psychopath or psychopathic, whatever, unless you're messed up in the head, and that's not healthy. So people believe in something, but to make a claim like you believe in God, it's a huge claim to make, that you got to be able to back up, not with evidence necessarily. That would be very helpful, but with your actions. So that's why that irks me. And that was a long rant. I know that, but that triggered me. That's a good question. That's a good question.